True Serum segment tonight, a nutty professor and a grisly murder in Ohio. Lake County, Ohio authorities say this man, 35-year-old illegal alien Juan Razo from Mexico, allegedly murdered a 60-year-old woman, wounded another lady, and tried to rape his own niece. Once again, federal officials knew about the guy before the alleged crimes. With us now here in New York City, Eric Shawn and Melissa Francis, in for Shannon Bream tonight. So what's the story on this Razo guy?
So back on July 7th, he was in a parking lot where he didn't belong, doing something suspicious enough that local authorities came over and they stopped him. He was sitting inside a car. They wanted to know what he was up to. At that point, they determined that he was illegal. They say they called federal authorities, Border Patrol, and they checked in on the guy. They found out that he had been in the country probably about 5 years, that he was illegal. The local sheriff deputies say that then the federal officials told them, you know what, we don't have time, we're short of manpower, just let him go.
All right, that's what the locals are saying.
Yes.
And the feds don't say anything, right? We try to get a comment from the feds and they wouldn't say anything.
No, but in other reports, well, let me tell you the rest of the story first.
Okay.
On Monday, he goes on this rampage, allegedly. The first thing he did, his 14-year-old niece accuses him of trying to rape her. He then is in this park and he allegedly shoots another woman, a 40-year-old woman, walking on a bike path with her 2 children. Then a 60-year-old woman is shot dead inside her home. He is eventually cornered. He's in the backyard of another man holding that man's son at gunpoint. He gets in a shootout with deputies, and they determine this is the same guy they had stopped back in July. Now, everyone's pointing fingers, and the feds are saying...
But the key is that this guy, I understand, did not have a criminal record in the United States. Now, a lot of people say, oh, you know, he's a legal alien, so of course he's a criminal. It's a civil offense, and I've said this 100 times on this program. To violate U.S. immigration law is a civil prosecution, not a criminal matter, and that's the problem here. So this guy didn't commit any crimes, wasn't convicted of any crimes. He just flipped out, but ICE wouldn't pick him up because he didn't have a rap sheet.
That's right, and they say, you know, that they told the local authorities you can hang on to them, you know, we'll come by, and they didn't want to. But
the bottom line is another illegal alien goes crazy, and a Latino group says he's mentally ill, whatever. But we just have to, you know, continue to report this kind of stuff. All right, now in Rutgers University in New Jersey, prestigious university, right? Probably Jersey's best. There's this loon professor, right? Tell me about him.
Her name is Deepa Kumar, and she's an associate professor of media and journalism at Rutgers, which means she probably studies you. And she says, we are worse than ISIS. She says ISIS is a dream in terms of U.S. propaganda, that the U.S. has a pathological fear of brown men, that the war on terror is what fosters fundamentalism.
So this woman teaches journalism at Rutgers, and she tweets this stuff out?
This is what she tweeted out, and this is a quote. Yes, ISIS is brutal, but U.S. is more so. 1.3 million killed in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. That's from her. Then you can retweet what someone else writes, and this is what she put on her Twitter feed. Ready for this? NYPD has killed far more innocent Americans than ISIS. Who will protect New Yorkers from their brutality?
Okay. Now, this woman, Deepa Kumar, I mean, is she foreign national?
She was born in India. And,
in India, okay, she comes over here. And she has tenure, I guess? You wouldn't be putting that crap out if you didn't have tenure. With tenure means you can't be fired, no matter what kind of a loon you are.
Well, she's an associate professor. I've reached out to her. She hasn't responded.
Reached out?
Yes.
She hasn't responded to you, Eric? That's impossible.
No. And the Rutgers University officials have had no comment.
No comment.
But she has, in an interview with Inside Higher Ed, said that she's being smeared, this is unfair, and she says Fox News is targeting her.
Oh,
it's all part of...
It's the first time I mentioned her name. I mean, the first time that we do. But when you're at a university at that level and you're making a lot of money and then they're charging $50,000 a head to go there, and you're saying that the NYPD kills more people than ISIS, I mean, you know, you got to look at these kind of people. All right, Ms. Kumar, we're ready to receive you when you want to come in. I'm sure you'll want to come in here and talk to me about being misunderstood.
I'm sure.
Yep. Melissa, Eric, thank you. We come right back. Bernie Goldberg on how the network news covered the lion illegally killed in Africa compared to the Planned Parenthood scandal. Bernie is next.